Jeremy, welcome to Nailed It.
I'm a sales and AI specialist, and I try to educate and help business owners and sales professionals to build better sales strategies and leverage AI to improve their performance.
Could you walk us through how you drive this process and augment it with AI tools?
The first thing that you want is to find people to reach out to them. So there are many tools, many lead databases to do it. One of my favorite is LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So let me show you another one, which is named Telescope AI, which I like.
And would you say Telescope is a good tool for any generalist? So someone who doesn't have a sales background to start using leads?
Yes, actually the advantage of Telescope is that one of the biggest pain points if you are using LinkedIn Sales Navigator, for example, is that there is a lot of filters, which is super great if you know what you are doing, because you will be able to be super precise in searching for your leads. But if you are maybe in an earlier stage in your business, it's kind of tricky to find the right people. And what they did at Telescope is that this is your search bar, and you will just start typing like you do in ChatGPT or tools like this with natural language. Let's start beginning your ideal target companies. Okay, so let's imagine that my ideal target company is travel agencies based in California. And it does the job to find LinkedIn contacts and even emails when it's possible. And what you do after this is that you can, like in Tinder, it's a match, you can add it to your list. And if it's not, you can just skip or reject it. So let's say consultant is not the right position. Co-founder, okay, this one is good. And at the end, you have a list of people that you can contact.
So once you have your list, what do you do next?
What we can do next is import these leads into a tool that will allow you to send LinkedIn DMs and emails. So this one is Lemlist. So the goal of this tool is to create a sequence that will automatically send emails, for example, LinkedIn connection requests, LinkedIn DMs, step by step, one after the other. This tool is AI enhanced, so you can do it manually, but you can also ask their AI assistant to help you craft a sequence. So let's say, for example, travel agencies, CMOs in agencies to book more sales meetings by providing consulting services. So it's asking for a trigger. We will pick one, the hiring. This is our trigger, for example. This is in English and a conversational tone.
So I like how it's prompting you with almost a fill the blank template for the campaign briefing. It forces you to think through, who are you really trying to reach? What's your goal? What do you want the tone to be?
You need to make sure that you are relevant. You know who in the organization you are targeting and what kind of solution you are bringing for what problem. So everything you see here is AI generated. This is a multi-touch point, multi-channel sequence with emails and LinkedIn. In theory, if you want to send a cold message to someone who doesn't know you at all, the theory said that you need 7 touch points to move from unknown to identified by this person. So it's helping you doing that. You can edit it. You can say, okay, this step I don't like. This one is not relevant.
Can we look at one of the steps and then just look at the email?
So yeah, as you can see, they preloaded some variables here. So in every message, the variable will be replaced by the actual first name. What's interesting is that you can drop your database and the tool will pick client name number 1 and replace it as a variable 2. You can basically change the copy. Okay, let's see how it goes if I want to make it more fun. So the wording is a bit funny. More emojis. I won't recommend you to use this exactly this way, but it helps you when you are designing, you are creating your entire sequence to put you in the direction. I see that like as a draft, and you will make it your own.
Yeah.
Add your personal touch, add your maybe relevant information.
It's a good starting point.
Exactly.
So now we have this sequence. What's the next step?
So it will send these messages automatically. Let's say Karen answered me. She's interested. So let's say I want to prepare the call. So I can go on her LinkedIn. So to prepare the call, I can use this tool, which is Humanlinker, and it will help me to prepare the call by reading her personality here based on the DISC methodology. It's based on her information that are available on our LinkedIn profile, and it gives you some directions on how to talk to Karen, how to adapt your behavior, what not to do. So it can help you prepare your sales call, actually.
Maybe we can try my profile because I have more content there, and then we can also see if it's accurate or not.
So it says that you are an initiator, Tara. Let's see if it has understood your personality. You like to be adventurous. You like adventure and freedom. High tolerance for risk. Little patience for rigid structures.
That's pretty accurate.
How is it able to tell based on just the text that Zara has? Is it scanning words for sentiment?
Yeah, it basically collects information that is available.
Very impressive.
What I like is also what not to do, because sometimes you don't realize it, but you are hurting sensibility of someone, especially when it's the first meeting. It can be tricky. And you can also see engagement tips here. So for example, if I needed to prepare the call, I would speak in more a casual, out of the box way. Get to the point.
Yep.
Don't be offended if Zara wants to hang up quickly after addressing the main topics. Let's say you had this first meeting, it went well, but as your offer is quite a high ticket offer and people won't buy it with one call, you need to follow. So what you can do to prepare the second call is to base the preparation of the second one on what have been said in the first one. And for that, I like to use TLDV, which is a note taker, but more than this. It makes a summary of what happened, who talked more. You can also see the next steps. So let's say, for example, if I had a call with you, Zara, and we talk again in a week, and in the meantime, I had 20 other calls because I'm very busy as a salesperson. Maybe next week I will be a bit confused. I don't remember every detail. So I can go back to this and refresh my memory from what we talked last time. In a couple of minutes, I will be able to remember everything we talked about and be super direct and efficient in the second call.
How do you find TLDV to be different or better from other AI note-taking tools? Because there are a bunch of them.
What I like in this one is that it's more AI-oriented. It's not just a note taker. You can basically ask questions to your meeting, which is quite interesting. If you have a long sales cycle, which is mostly the case with big companies, if you are working with enterprises, you will definitely have 5 or 6 meetings, for example. And what's interesting is to be able to remember what happened in the first one and what is the general trend of this account. It also helps you to know if it's going somewhere, because you can, enrich the AI with your own goals and say, okay, based on these 4 previous meetings, is it going anywhere? You can ask these kind of questions.
So I could actually give it not just one, but like 2 or multiple meetings and ask, is there like any progress in between? Has the customer changed their mind? What do you recommend as the next steps, etc.?
Yeah, exactly. And it also helps you to identify maybe signals you didn't see, because it happens for 3 months and you can say, okay, what is the main pain point that I should use in the next meeting? And so maybe it will be something that you didn't realize.
What is the biggest bottleneck that the AI can
for example,
detect?
Who is the person that is actually deciding on this project? And then also there is some fun features, like you can create a clip, so cut some part of the video of a meeting, for example, and you can either send it to your team. So let's say, for example, okay, this was a new objection. This is how I handled it and it went well. So learn from it and you can share it into your sales team, for example.
So the entire process, what people used to do manually, now every step can be automated or augmented with AI.
Exactly.
Do you have an estimate of how much time that would save you, or just how much more efficient it's helped you become?
I think this kind of tools saved at least half your time in a day, at least.
What stood out to me was, I think AI is not just making you more efficient, but it's also making you think about your process in ways that you maybe haven't before, or giving you more insights and information. So for example, in the LinkedIn example, is telling you the personality of that person. That's something you wouldn't even consider before AI. When you're comparing meeting notes from different calls, that's also something you wouldn't have done before AI, but now it's possible with AI. So it's giving you new information. It's not necessarily making an existing process more efficient.
Yeah, definitely. Some people make the mistakes to believe that it will work, it will replace them. I don't think so. It will amplify salespeople. Also, having a volume approach, a quantity approach, thinking that AI will allow you to reach out to 10,000 people. That's not the point if you are using AI to do that. But for one sales professional being able to reach out 10 relevant people when before they only had the time to reach out to 2, that's how you improve your sales processes. Definitely.
So I see it's helping with both the quantity and the quality of your outreach to make it more effective.
It sounds like in some cases you actually don't want that much quantity if it helps increase your quality and how well you're targeting that niche.
Yeah, exactly. In a more global philosophy about sales in 2024, it's better to have 10 qualified meetings and close 8 of them than 100 and close 8 of them.
Yeah.
That's exactly that. And AI allows you to reach this kind of numbers.
I think the power for AI here and the opportunity that we don't get as people is like if there are really just 10 people in the world that really want our product and all would raise their hands and enthusiastically want to talk to our sales team, we want to find those 10 people and no more. So maybe there's a world in which we get really efficient and it's no longer about the quantity game, it's all about quality and customization.
I see the role of AI throughout a process more like a coach, where it's gently guiding you and giving you tips, prompting you to think further, rather than completely replacing human.
Yes, I like to see it like a super efficient assistant, but as any assistant, if you don't know what you are doing, you will just give them tasks that are not relevant. And also, if you can't explain and you don't master what you are doing, you can be quite sure that the work this assistant will do will not be good.
Excellent. Well, Jérémy, thanks for taking us behind the scenes of some of the AI tools that you've tried and have worked really well and sharing your workflow.
Thank you, Jérémy.
Thanks a lot.